here used to be the men's bathroom. What's currently the men's bathroom was an office. So when this was the men's bathroom in 1943, two guys got in a fight in the bathroom. One guy got hit, fell down, hit his head on the radiator, and died on the floor of the men's bathroom. That is documented. I've seen the newspaper article about it. It's not one of the made-up stories. That is a factual story. And the interesting thing about that is a lot of times in this area here, we'll hear audible male voices, like not on a was there some sound that what was that?
Forward.
Was it? Okay, I thought it was, but everybody was kind of looking and I wasn't sure what it was. But we'll hear audible male voices over here, just with our ears. Sounds like men talking. So I often wonder if that was him, because that was the last place that he was alive.
How much that area was the bathroom?
This, where this brown pole is
Yeah.
right here?
This
Yeah,
in
this
there.
area here
Okay.
was the bathroom.
Gotcha.
And then they switched it. So if you go in the men's bathroom and you look up, there's like a really fancy ceiling, because that used to be the boss's office, was in there. And they just have never changed it.
So, where is where Joanna died?
Well, she didn't really, so it's hard to
Okay.
say. I've heard different stories that it was in the dressing room. I've heard it was behind the stage. I've heard it's above the stage.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
But-
I read like 4 different places. I feel like I read a lot of different places.
Yeah.
What?
The thing about Johanna,
I think Joanna was related to
over
the
the
mafia.
years, so when Carl, because all of this originated with Carl, so I'm getting ahead of myself, so if I stutter, forgive me, but all of these, the crazy stories, like all of the demons coming out of the well and the satanic rituals that were done on the property, and Johanna, all of that originated with Carl. So Carl,
had the exorcism.
yeah, the one that had the exorcism, because he was convinced that whatever evil spirits were in this building were trying to possess him and take over his body. So that's why he had the exorcism done. And I don't know if you guys, where are you guys from originally? Are you from Lexington?
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know if have you known about Mackeys for a long time, or just recently?
Maybe a year, but
Oh,
a
okay.
long time ago, I heard say that 2 people brought somebody over into Newport and killed them and killed her and put her in a well.
That would
And
have
so
been
I kept
Pearl.
thinking, wow, yeah, and it was a nightclub that had the well, and so I was thinking.
We knew
I
about
wanna-
it, but not by name.
Yeah, I wanna
Well, the
find
reason I
that.
asked is because, I mean, I'm from here, and you guys are really young, so I don't expect that you knew all this, but when I grew up, I thought somebody was singing. I grew up here, so when I was in school, when I was in college, I went to Northern Kentucky University, and so this was like late 80s, and I remember people talking about this place, and I've totally forgot where I'm going with this. Oh,
The well.
well, the late 80s, I remember people talking about Bobby Mackeys and, oh, it's haunted and we got to go there and weird stuff happens in the bathroom. And so everybody
Yeah.
talked about it back then. And back then, late 80s, early 90s, Carl, Bobby, his first wife, Janet, they were making the talk show circuit. So like all those talk shows from back in that time period, like Jerry Springer, Geraldo,
Yeah.
I forget some of the people's names, but you know, they always had those dramatic, crazy baby daddy talk shows. And Carl and Bobby and Janet would make the rounds of these talk shows. And on, I think it was Jerry, no, it was Geraldo, they actually did an exorcism on Carl on the show. So
That sounds like Geraldo.
yeah, I think it was Geraldo, and they actually did an exorcism on Carl. I think that was before they did the one here. So they did an exorcism of Carl on the Geraldo show. And my reason for saying all that is because,
He was really full of them, huh?
thank you, all of those crazy stories, they all originated from Carl, including Johanna. That's where I was going with this. Carl, when he first started, he was working here with Bobby, I'm getting ahead. Let me come back to that, because then I'm going to forget to tell you stuff. Let's go this way.
Where was the guy hung, supposedly, that,
Nobody was home.
you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard. Watch out for that step.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.